number of years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, the region was doing a project of the Bathurst road extension, just on the edge of Newmarket. And we were informed that the project would be delayed because archaeological work had found some artifacts and some signs of Indigenous community that have been there. I asked our staff, because it's something I was just amazed by and passionate about understanding more, and I took the opportunity of using my role as mayor to say I would really love to go out and have a look at the site, and went out on a beautiful day much like this, and they had cleared in the area and started the work, and they had found many artifacts in what would have been the refuse area off the side of this community, and it was a longhouse here and was almost certainly surrounded by other longhouses, and they had cleared the ground where the longhouse was, and you could clearly see the demarcation in the soil of where the saplings had gone in for the posts around the longhouse, and you could clearly see the demarcation in the soil of 5 fire pits, one for each family. And it was on top of the high point looking out into the marsh, which would have been a lake, and this was a 13th century Wendat community. I mean, think about that when you think about a land acknowledgement. 13th century, Indigenous people have been living here, caring for the land. To think of it historically, the Indigenous presence today, how art can draw you into thought and multiple interpretations, and I hope people do take the time to pause and give that thought, because truth and reconciliation can't be one day a year, and this is another opportunity for us to engage in thoughts around that topic. And so I would just say to Shelley and to Don, thank you for your leadership today in engaging our community in your teachings and in your thoughts. Okay, Shelley Charles and Don Chretien will come up and say a few words in a bit, but I think we'll unveil it first. And just as we do that, I think again, to just recognize that Don Chrétien's art is here along our trail. It's on the wall of Cachet, and it was in the Winter Olympics in Vancouver as the central mural there. And having his connection to Newmarket and his art here is very special for us. So I'd ask all of our speakers and Shelley, if we can come up and just unveil the art, and then we'll hand it back to yourselves. That's okay. Down backwards. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
And I lived in Newmarket for 20 years, and now I'm back up north, closer to family. I have 3 sisters that are all living in a row along the lake. This has been an amazing project that I guess it's about Christmas around 2021 is when we first started. A lot of these projects take quite a bit of time, but she was amazing. The whole York Regional Arts Council was amazing on how we actually worked together. Everything worked smooth. So just the shape of the actual piece itself is like a magnifying glass. So you can look into the forest, look into Mother Nature, and it has a little letter Y on the bottom for York Region. I love that place. I'm going to actually talk really loud and just stand in front, because I actually need this piece of artwork. Just the chickadee itself. It's a hard-working bird. Jigga binishin, or not binishin. Jigga which is jigga is to sort of make things fit into little holes and make things work. And I just found out just recently, it can remember like up to 30,000 caches where it actually puts seed, and it eats quite a bit. So it's always having to hide food, and personally, on a personal note, my mother was always a chickadee to me, and a lot of my pieces of artwork, I'll hide a little bird in the corner somewhere. So this one here is close to my heart. I tried to put a big heart in there, so kind of a feeling of a heart. And what else can I say about chickadee? The chickadee itself stays all winter. So it has, is very brave. So the actual creator, Great Unknown, gave it a little medal. So it has a black spot around its neck, and it's so heavy that it can only fly in the lower parts of the trees. So a lot of these stories have, there's meaning behind them, and they actually tell us something more in depth of what the actual items are. I work a lot with organic shapes. I'm working at McMichael right now with trying to get people more comfortable in the forest, just trying to get them out there and see how wonderful all these patterns and colors and how everything interacts and how everything is actually connected.
So good morning again. With all those words that I lifted up, they're in my first language, which is Ojibwe. I feel very privileged to be here today to share the language with you, but also to lift her up. And part of that, I'm from Georgian Island. We call Georgian Island Junyong Minising. The older people call her also Minising. Which is everybody here. Miigwech.
Oh, sure, yeah.